Looks like a negative day on Wall Street this morning, guys. All right, market down about 0.3%. I guess we got a Fed meeting coming up, a 2-day Fed meeting, so market's a little bit flat here. And flat to down, obviously. NXPI, we got earnings probably. Yep, up 9%. That's not bad. Right, I haven't even looked at Bitcoin this morning. Is it up? Well, I guess it's up a little bit. Morning, Rob. XRP poked its head up. EOS poked its head up. Oh, Litecoin broke that trend line overnight. It's like resisting at that pivot point so far. Okay. Good morning, Justin. Yeah, so I guess there's a Federal Reserve meeting coming up, which is why the market's all janky. No, I heard something about it last night, but I didn't take a position, so I didn't really care. They only beat earnings by $1. And they got killed by about 10%, 8%. Yeah, another reason why you don't hold through earnings. It's just a good rule to have. I mean, it really sucks when you gap up, but it really saves you when you gap down. It's hard to recover from a gap unless you're going to hedge with options or something, in which case it caps your upside. So why even do it? I mean, it's kind of like it's like insurance. That's the cost. It's like buying a car for 20 grand and then buying insurance for 20 grand in a lot of cases. All right, so today looks like to be a little bit of a chilling day. We're just going to hang out here, testing the 10-day moving average again, which we've been over the past couple of days here. Already tested it overnight on the NASDAQ futures. Right, AEYE. Workday did break out yesterday. Did make highs yesterday and continued going. Someone mentioned that yesterday. I forget who was. Maybe it was you, Justin, but popped up into highs and then popped up at the end of the day. And it was the day before yesterday. Sorry, the day before yesterday. Yeah, they never stopped. So still in highs here on Workday. Looks like Tesla held the lows yesterday of 230. And maybe we'll come back. That'd be good for Tesla holders. MasterCard looking good. MasterCard generally looks good. Oh yeah, that's a really good one. Told you MasterCard doesn't go down. 178. Looks like they beat earnings a little bit. Missed earnings there a little bit. Still gapped up. Yeah, MasterCard always looks good. Visa probably with a same day earnings report. No. No, they had earnings earlier. Interesting. Okay. GPK looks like it's getting in the green. Still forming this bull flag up here after that earnings pop. So GPK still looks pretty good. Had Disney end of the day yesterday. Actually, yeah, it popped back up. Still not out of trend. Didn't even go under the low of the previous day, so that's good. What's up, Eli? Not sure what you mean by all my stocks. Netflix, pretty sideways here, not doing much. CRISPR, Docu down 2%. Hexo down, spiked down this morning. No major news as to why. Docu down 2%, not very encouraging. Not much going on here. No news or anything for DocuSign. Trade Desk. I was having a great day yesterday. Nice day, accelerated volume. Not quite breakout volume, but pretty good. And today, with a doozy of a candle. That's crazy. Nvidia, Acacia, Netflix. Yep, Hexo dropped back. I mean, you gotta expect a little bit of volatility, I guess, is volatile as the stock has been, but that's quite a bit. Quite a bit of volatility on Hexo. It is a marijuana stock, so you get what you're gonna get. MJ had a good day yesterday, trying to get over this recent low that it created, this little consolidation. Looks like the 50-day moving average coming up. We'll see if we can get over that. If that's the ceiling, that kind of means we're in a little bit of a downtrend. Reason for crypto bounce? I don't think so, Justin. I mean, nothing. I don't think, there's never really a lot of reason for why crypto does most things that it does. Just general sentiment, and I mean, it's been dropping. We've been looking at Litecoin a lot in the power hour, and it's just been super weak. 62 levels right down here, and it got close to it, which is where it broke out of earlier. So it was kind of due some kind of a bounce, I guess, but looks like a bottoming candle later yesterday gave us a clue. We didn't really have it in the morning session. During the power hour, everything was looking really bad. Looks like later in the day, one bottoming candle on Bitcoin Cash gave you a little bit of a clue. It's like EOS didn't quite have that. Ethereum didn't quite have that. So one clue with Bitcoin Cash. Litecoin with a little bit of a higher low, and then a mini reversal. We had a trend line here. It broke that early this morning. Yeah, crypto doesn't do a lot of things for reasons. It just kind of does sentiment and stuff like that. So nothing major. Hold on a second. All right. Yeah, so NXPI with earnings this morning. Nice little gap up. Looks like it's selling off a little bit. Again, there was a 2-day Fed meeting coming up, so keep that in mind. Adobe pulled back. Yeah, it did sell off. Well, it didn't pull back all of yesterday's gains. The gap from down here at 282. So, oh wow, look at that spike in volume. The spikes, they were on good days. There's some bottoming there. That could be a stalling candle. But a lot of shares trading hands right there. I think that Fed meeting is gonna mess with us. I mean, we really out of the lows here from the bear market from very late last year. You can see right here, we only had a pullback, a pause, minor pullback, minor pullback. So at some stage, we're gonna get a bigger pullback or a bigger pause or something like that. Yeah, I can't say that's for sure gonna happen right now, but with a lot of breakouts aren't doing so hot, like Fortinet here. I mean, it broke out. It's kind of holding high-ish, but here's your breakout point right there. So it came down. We tested. We got back up a little bit. This one does have earnings coming up, 5/2. So that's in 2 days. It was aftermarket, if I believe correctly. Yep, aftermarket. So we'll see how that goes. With earnings on Fortinet, I'm going to have to ditch my position ahead of time. It's funny, I have Netflix and Fortinet. One's up 23%, one's down 23%, and both within $30 of my entry size. So I may as well just sell both of them and break even on that difference. It's probably the thing to do. Getting interested in Riot again here. I should say the market is. I'm not necessarily. All right, CRISPR trying to break over that recent high yesterday. We went lower today. It looks like we're maybe trying to get over there. 429 after. Okay, so they had earnings. So we're after earnings. So if this thing starts running, that could be a breakout right there for CRISPR. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9 week base. What is that? That's a new tool. 21% deep, so it's not quite a flat base. Would have to be a cup, and that would have to be your handle on CRISPR. But either way, you could probably look for a 20% increase. Put you at $50 on CRISPR. And it looks like it's going for it. Just printed the high over yesterday, so it looks like CRISPR going for it. So good volume if you guys want a position in CRISPR. Now's the time to take a position in CRISPR. Things are looking pretty good. It's only, less than 15 minutes into the session, but sometimes it goes that way. Well, you're going to have to give it the... Oh, it's already selling off a little bit there. Oh, you're going to have to give it probably maybe around the full 8% from that. And it'll start selling off. Yeah, CRISPR's pretty volatile. Yeah, in terms of the stop loss, you're just going to have to... You're going to have to, I don't know, maybe put it under here. Big things happening. Yeah, hey, what's up, Ride the Track? Yeah, I know I'm way overdue for a video. I've been doing some other stuff. And I just haven't done any videos. I know I got to do a few though. I'm gonna start doing them more regularly, but I'm in the middle of a pretty big house project, and I'll be jumping back on the bandwagon there. Yeah, I don't know whether try to get a decent stop loss. Now I'd probably try to get it to like $40.50, maybe $40, 38, 39.50. Here's the thing on a breakout. It shouldn't really come down a tremendous amount. You don't need to give it a huge amount here. You got 100% out of a Tesla put. Nice. Yeah, good. Hopefully that takes some of the sting out. Yeah, thanks, Ride. Yeah, just things got really weird. Like we broke 6K, and then like big picture stuff just was, it's still in flux. It's still very much in flux right now. Um, talked about my last video, which was a while ago. I mean, it's my second to last video about things potentially changing market cycles. So that's pretty big, potentially changing market cycles. But the market kind of looks like it's, potentially rolling back over to the downside. So thank you, sir. All right, back to CRISPR trying to break out here. Now, we'll say this about CRISPR. Usually as the market goes, individual stocks tend to go. So hopefully the market can at least maintain up here, giving kind of like Bitcoin, right? If Bitcoin maintains, it'll give the altcoins a chance to run. CRISPR hopefully can run if the market doesn't just fall down, give us a deeper pullback. And so far CRISPR doing okay, but yeah, I mean, it can't fall too far. Otherwise, it'd just be a failed breakout. I generally have an 8% stop loss rule, so if things really drop past 8%, let's say you just bought it right there, your 8% maximum stop loss rule would be about 39.25, give or take. 39.25, but I mean, if it's just rolling over, coming down in volume, still large, you can get out ahead of that. This is a pretty volatile stock. I mean, it has been basing here for a while. It did have the pop up, similar to a base on base pattern. Not exactly, but it's about 60%. That's pretty base on basey. 13% there. So yeah, hopefully this thing can get going. Now, I did earnings. It does help to kind of look at earnings. Then we can go to IBD. Oops. CRISPR. They should have earnings on there from last night. Inverted head and shoulders? Yeah, probably. Yeah, it tests the trend line here. Kind of lines up for inverted head and shoulders. I'll give you that. Composite rating on CRISPR is only 34. They have earnings on 5/6. IBD does, so I'm not quite sure how that all works out. Looks like they came out with earnings. So I don't know if IBD's numbers are updated, but the negative 50% EPS change last quarter, which is not good. Lots of red dots. 3-year sales change last quarter, negative 100%. Eek. I should have looked at this before I said it's breaking out. Looking bigger. There's a head and shoulders potentially with a neckline here. Shoulder, head, shoulder. Right there probably is what I was looking at. So there's your head and shoulders, and there's your breakout. In terms of a larger, I'm not sure how you can get a larger inverted head and shoulders. There's a head and shoulders with a shoulder, head, shoulder here possibly, or shoulder, head, shoulder, depending on how you want to draw it there. CRISPR. Okay. Market cap is 2.1 billion. CRISPR Therapeutics earns technical rating upgrade. Relative strength rise from 64 to 74. That's at 79. It's having more earnings on May 8th. That's kind of weird. Oh, they're calling this a first stage cup and handle? What are they talking about? 39.49? They're calling this a cup with handle? So they're calling that extended because they're considering this the buy point. Seems odd to me. Whoever they got, man, I miss William O'Neill. Son appears to be an idiot. I think this is where they're taking their buy point cues from. Is right here. They're calling this a cup and this a handle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Doesn't even qualify. What the fuck are you guys talking about, man? They break their own damn rules. I've seen them break their rules a lot lately. That's horribly annoying. Doesn't qualify as a cup and handle, douchebag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That would be your 7th week. Okay, I gotta send these guys an email. Hold on a minute, guys. Okay. Yeah, I'm seriously gonna write them an email. I don't know who the hell to write an email to, though. Apple's building a $1 billion campus in Austin, Texas, huh? Wow. All right, CRISPR leading the day here today. Workday getting up there. Fortinet looks like it's getting some green. Keep getting some green, Fortinet. Netflix getting slightly green. I mean, who do I ask about this? I'm going to send me a strongly worded letter. All right, Hexos. Hexos come back. Come back quite a bit. Trade Desk also come back quite a bit. From where it started, at least. Managing editor. I'm on LinkedIn trolling Investors Business Daily, wondering who I can email about this. All right, overtaking CRISPR here. Look at that. Bam. CRISPR holding up okay. All right, let's go through some of this top list here. We got NXPI on earnings. Looks like holding steady above the gap range. THRM extending significantly. It's kind of what you want CRISPR to do right here. Out of this whole little pattern there, obviously on earnings, so that's good. Gentherm. We got it right. OGRMF, another MJ stock, had a good day yesterday. Having another good day today. Up into all-time highs. There's CRISPR again, as we noted, trying to break out. Apparently it's already broken out if you talk to some garbage IBD people. Waddell Reed, Twitter actually trying to break out of a little consolidation here after what I'm assuming is a good earnings report. I know nothing about it. But trying to break out from that consolidation, this would be considered a gap buy over the top of the gap day. So there's a buy point for Twitter. Cron, trying to find lows at 15. Carvana, still kind of frozen roping its way out of a weird sideways but yet upward trending consolidation. Also trying to get into new highs here, getting up to $72. That thing just won't stop. Xilinx, leading stock that pulled back to 110. I'm not a huge fan of this. We broke through the 50-day moving average on high volume. That's technically a sell signal. So, see ya. Winnebago, no thank you. Coop broke out the other day. Volume not very heavy. EDU, Glog, Roku, Edward Life Sciences, Stone, Momo. Square still not doing anything. And it keeps wanting to show me it's not doing anything. iRobot with a big gap down the other day. IDXX Laboratories. MPLX. MED. Trying to take a little... Oh, looks like this guy has earnings coming up too. Tomorrow. Earnings tomorrow. It's my wife's birthday today, speaking of which. Speaking of earnings tomorrow, it's my wife's birthday. I don't know why that jogged my memory. NVGS. CGC, another MJ stock that is doing good. That dashed blue is a 200-day moving average, so respecting that quite nicely. Saw Tilray around here, then it just ran away from me. AZPN recent highs. FleetCor. Cyber still going. That's a stock you can buy. Tesla trying to come back 0.25%. We'll see what happens there. CBM, Dorum, Ahmed. SIVB, we mentioned this one yesterday, breaking inverted head and shoulders pattern here. Looks like also coming up and testing that 200-day moving average. We'll see what happens. Looks like earnings were decent. Ooh, I should email the QA lead at Investors Business Daily. Oh, that's probably software QA lead. That's probably not. Audience engagement editor at Investors Business Daily. Audience engagement editor. All right, CRISPR taking the lead back from Riot a little bit. And Tesla's up here. That just shows how garbage my actionable list is today. Fortinet 0.6, GPK 0.22. Although it doesn't look like it's in good sorts this morning. Holding till 2020. There you go. GPK. Yeah, I mean, so far it's good. It's going sideways. Yeah, it's holding up after earnings over the breakout point, so that's doing pretty good. Yeah, we'll see if we can. I will say one thing I don't like is there's these closes towards the low of the day, and so far there's three closes, while there's two more peak closes and three pretty low closes. So not a huge fan of that. We'll see how that goes. It's like CRISPR came down a little bit. Still consolidating in a bull flag type of a fashion. Hopefully that'll work out okay. Netflix, Nvidia, Fortinet. There's Nvidia trying to recover after a larger gap down. And Fortinet so far been pretty strong, and coming up into earnings is always dangerous. Moved your stop loss on GPK. Okay. Yeah, that's, I think that's okay. Like I said, the market. That's the thing right now is the market hasn't had any large pullbacks at all, really, which is, I mean, great. We like that. Obviously, we don't want the market to go in for long, prolonged pullback periods at the same time. You kind of have to expect one at some point, right? It's like, look at these pullbacks. Those were some deepish pullbacks. Those were 2, 3, 4 days of dropping and consolidation. Even over here, we have kind of some more 3, 4, 5 day pullbacks to this 50 period moving average. Here we're well above the 50-day, holding tight on that 10-day. It's a very extreme uptrend. We'll break at some point, just don't quite know when that's going to happen. So, and a test of the 50-day will feel scary, but we haven't even tested the 50-day since we broke it, really. This little consolidation point, there was our follow-through day right there. And we came down towards it, but not even near it, really. Just kind of 50-50 between the 10 and the 50, and then respecting the 10-day, which is ultra bullish. Respecting the 10-day on an index is crazy bullish, but you can't expect that to go on forever. So trying to find another day where another time where it respected the 10-day moving average that well. So here there's a stint, and so there's your larger consolidation. We don't have too many areas where things come out of lows. Here's one where we come down and test the 200-day before rallying. Here's one where we keep testing, again, the 50-day moving average throughout here. Other than that, we kind of chop around some of it. That appears to be a bit of a more abrupt drop. 2012, undercutting the 200 for a while. So it's a unique market environment. Here's one coming out of 2010 where we respect that 10-day moving average. This is coming out of the bear market. Not directly out of it. This is kind of directly out of the bear market here, but out of that last pullback, or I should say one of the first larger pullbacks, 17% went into a correction here, and then out of it, just like we are now. Look at that, respecting that 10-day moving average. We come back, test the 50 like I just discussed, and then we went back to respecting the 10-day for the most part, couple of transgressions, and then it ends right there in a much larger consolidation. So we could do something like this, because this is we have gone through quite a bit of uptrend here. This is a significant uptrend. And like I said, respecting that 10-day moving average is a little unorthodox for an index. So to keep that in mind. So, maybe a possibility of when we do get that, maybe it's almost a sell everything type of a situation because you don't quite know what's going to happen when we do get that larger break. But it's always difficult to know exactly what the break is. That's why it's always good to have kind of a cohesive idea about what the leading stocks are doing as well, because they're called leaders for a reason. They do lead the market. Huh. Wow. Still looking up these IBD people. You out of here, Eli? Yeah, I'm thinking about bailing too. Be honest with you. Too into here looking at IBD, trying to find someone to email that won't be a waste of my time. Although I've already wasted enough of my time looking for someone to not waste my time. That's kind of fun. See you, buddy. NVIDIA 0.66%. All right, finally, maybe trying to get past that gap. The other big N, Netflix, looks like pausing at a resistance point right there.
Daddy?
Yes, Ethan.
Is it okay if I bring a few books to school so I can read them?
Absolutely you can. Change your shorts. Those colors don't go together. What's Workday up to? Just consolidating up there. Newer. There's VIAV. We talked about this one potentially trying to break out. Better, yes. Better than lime green. 5.2. Okay, couple of days. Changed my mind on CRISPR after reading up on it. I don't. It's so difficult sometimes. Yeah, I really don't like that. I really don't like those earnings on CRISPR. I'll show them to you real quick. Anyway, yeah, I like to see the chat here. So, 34 composite rating for CRISPR. This is a public one you can get, by the way, just by typing a ticker symbol in here in investors.com. Right there, you'll get this screen, which is generally enough unless you want to go deeper, which I've got a subscription, so I do like to go deeper. But you can see here on our checklist, you've got red composite rating at 34 out of 99. EPS is 5 out of 99. Not very good ratings. Group relative strength is A minus. SMR, which is sales, margins and return on equity, is an E, which is not good. Accumulation is C plus, which they have a green, but I like to see it as a B. Doesn't mean that necessarily implies it's not going to work if it's not a B, but a composite rating of 34 is not encouraging by any stretch of the imagination. And then if you do go into the actual more in-depth research, composite rating of 34, it's ranked 133 in its industry group. CRISPR is a great technology, but CRISPR, the company, may not be the leader in this particular sector. So it does use CRISPR technology, but we don't have a straight CRISPR sector within IBD. In that regard, it's a little hard to say that 133 is bad. Maybe there's only 5 companies doing that. It's the third best. I don't know. But negative 50% EPS change sucks. Earnings aren't doing very good. I think a lot of people are just kind of betting on annual pre-tax margin is ridiculously low. So I would take a much smaller position probably in this one. The trade still looks decent in terms of, well, not after the breakdown here, but yeah, I don't know. I'm on the fence over it. I didn't take a position. I don't have any cash actually, so cash poor right now, unfortunately. A couple days I won't be probably. I'm gonna have to get out of whatever Fortinet before earnings here. So we'll see how that goes, but yeah. Docu coming back. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna take Eli's lead and bounce out of here. Unless you guys have any more questions or anything else you want to look at, give you guys a minute to reply. And if not, then I'm gonna get out of here. You guys have a good day. I've got a lot of work to do today. It's Tuesday, so that means something for me. Not quite the same.
I know. I just wanted to tell you.
Okay, looks good.
Yeah,
Ethan, he's recording. Come on.
All right, guys. Didn't see anything else come through, so you guys have a good day. I will see you tomorrow. Right? It's not Friday yet, is it? Ah, it's only Tuesday. All right, guys. See you tomorrow. Have a good day.